Hello. So today I want to discuss the importance of a table read. Table reads are, in my opinion, the most useful thing a screenwriter can have, um, especially in the early stages of script development, story development. Um, it's essentially the second step I ever take. So the first step I take is I draft a story, I write it down, I do my first draft, and then normally let it rest for a year. But before I go into my second draft, I then absolutely make it imperative for myself to hold a table read for the script. Now, most of my scripts are very, very short. I hardly ever go over 95 pages with my script, so they are very kind of snappy and easily done and quickly. So, how do I do this? Essentially, friends, essentially, I gather around people I know, and that's how I started out, at least. I started out by gathering people that I knew, um, printing the script for them and telling them to please read it to me. It's grown a little bit since then, and now I tend to do my table reads. I put out a casting call on Facebook, um, so that friends reach out to me, who would like to be involved, who feel that they are maybe a good fit for the role or would like to be involved, and then we essentially find a date. Now it being 2021 at the moment, um, we hold all of our table reads online, which has opened up quite a lot of positive development, in my opinion, because A, it's much easier. B, it's a lot cheaper because I used to have to buy drinks for everyone. And C, it can really just be done in a 2 hour time frame, while everybody's sitting at home anyway. So now, the logistics aside, why is a table read so important? Why could I never, ever, ever go into writing a second draft without having heard my script? Because it, your script, your screenplay is made to be performed. If it's not made to be performed, you're not a screenwriter, you're a novelist. You know, um, the dialogue is there to be spoken. The dialogue is not written to be read, it's there to be spoken. These are, these characters are characters that should be, performed by actors. Now, if you're a novelist, be a novelist. Don't do that. But if you're a screenwriter and if you're serious about screenwriting, if you really, really want this to be a script for a movie, you know, you gotta get some actors into doing it. That's the best way for me. That's the best way to hear. Okay, this character's voice is this character talking in one specific way for the first 10 pages of the script and then shifts their voice completely with no explanation as to why, um in the second act, like what's going on. So that is hugely important. Just the character voice. So that's the first point that a table read really, really can, very concisely and very beautifully and with very little effort. Even if these aren't professional actors, you don't need to have professional actors. You can get your auntie and your cousin involved and they can read it, because the words will still sound either right or wrong as they're being read, as they're being performed. You know, it doesn't have to be, of course, it's brilliant if you have brilliant, fantastic actors who want to get involved with your project, but they don't have to be. Um, so that's the first thing that a table read can really do for you. The second thing that a table read can really, really do for you is to cut out all the cringe. My first drafts are so full of cringy moments. It's so embarrassing. The table reads, some of the moments I can never listen to them because I'm like, "Ugh, why would you talk like that? Nobody talks like that." Um, so yeah, all the cringy stuff, all the jokes that don't land, all the moments where you think, "Oh, there's a good moment for a joke here, or there's a good moment to say something else." It's like those moments, do you know, that you have in the shower 5 days after the argument where you find out, oh my God, I wish I said that. Well, here's your chance. That's why the table read is so important, because you find out, oh, I wish I said that. I wish I wrote that instead. I have so much better idea. You hear it and then you have this, oh, works much better if we put this line in a different way. So it really gives you so many ideas and so many pointers as to, which other direction you could go with this scene, which other direction you could go with this dialogue. And a film script, any movie lives by the dialogue. There are exceptions, of course, but a screenplay lives and dies by its dialogue, I think. And so if you actually hear the back and forth, if you're lucky enough to have actors who have great chemistry with each other when they're fighting, when they're passionate about something, you get that moment of, oh my God, I'm into this conversation, or oh my God, I wish I didn't have to listen to this conversation. It's hard, so that just taking out the cringe is the second biggest thing that a table read can give to you. And the third big thing I think that a table read is capable of doing for you is that it makes you see how the story feels. After one of my table reads, Emma, God bless her, she's the most talented person in the world, came to me and she said, there was a moment where she had tears in her eyes. So you get that very first, without a lot of effort, without having to pay for script consultancy services or any of that, you already get a real human reaction from the people that you worked with. And filmmaking, let's not kid ourselves, filmmaking is always a team effort. If you're in this industry and you don't want to be a team player, you're in the wrong industry. Filmmaking, your script is, if you're lucky enough for your script to be turned into a movie, it ain't going to be just your script anymore. It's always going to be a team effort. But a table read so early on is a huge moment for you to understand how others feel about the story. Are they just kind of okay with it? Or does it touch them? Does it make them laugh? Does it make them cry? Is there a moment in this story that just resonates so much? I mean, I've gotten feedback where people have come to me and they said, oh my God, this one dialogue is just, it flies. It's brilliant. And then other people have come back to me saying, I almost fell asleep during that part. I was like, yeah, me too. It's not a good part. So that is why a table read is so hugely important. It gives you everything you could possibly need to be able to then, with a healthy understanding of what your script is, what your story is, and how it's going to land with people, with a diverse group of people, before you go into your second draft and before you start the really, really, really hard work that I talk about in my second video. So if at all possible, get thyself a table read, get thyself some actors and give them the script and let them read, whether whether you just do it for yourself, or whether you publish it like I choose to do with mine. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you get to hear the voices of the characters and understand whether those voices fit them. You get to hear the scenes and the dialogue, and you get to understand whether that dialogue sucks. And you get to you get to gauge, don't know where I was going with that word. Writer, I know all the words, right? You get to gauge the reaction of the people that you one day hope to work with, or that you one day hope will become your audience. So that is why a table read is indispensable, I think, and it should be held early as possible. As soon as you have one completed draft of the script, boom, that's when you want to do it, because why would you invest so much work into something where you're not 100% sure where the flaws are? You can get professional readers, and you can get readers, and you can get eyes on the thing that will tell you, oh, here it's wrong, here it's wrong, it's wrong. But if your own ears are going to tell you with so much more accuracy and with so much more, you know, uh, honesty, so much less money, what's wrong with the script? That should be your first step. So